5 Days of Our Lives. Storylines you won't believe. March 23, April 3. Okay. Salem fam, buckle up. Because the next 2 weeks are not just drama, they are shock therapy for the soul. We're talking about a custody battle that turns into a hostage situation. A ghost from the past, literally waking up. And a love triangle that's about to make Belle Black lose her mind. I've gone through the spoilers from March 23rd to April 3rd, and I've picked out the 5 most jaw-dropping storylines you absolutely cannot miss. And trust me, I'm not just reading a list, I'm giving you the history, the psychology, and the predictions that even the spoiler sites haven't connected yet. Let's get into it. Shock has shown Kristen's courtroom meltdown. The threat that changes everything. Number 1, and honestly, this one scares me. Kristen DiMera has done horrible things. We know that, but the spoilers say that during the Rachel custody hearing, Kristen is going to completely lose it and she's going to make threats directly at Marlena. Not just angry words, threats. Now, here's where I need you to remember history. The last time Kristen threatened Marlena in a high-stakes moment, we ended up with a stolen embryo, a fake pregnancy, and a literal kidnapping. Kristen doesn't bluff. When she looks at Marlena and says, "You're going to pay," she means it. Judge Dabney's ruling is going to devastate Rachel. It sounds like Rachel will be locked away from Kristen in some way, whether it's full custody to Brady or some strict arrangement, and Kristen won't blame herself. She will blame Marlena, and she will blame Brady for not protecting her. Here's my prediction. This isn't just a hearing. This is the spark that leads to Kristen doing something irreversible. I'm talking about taking Rachel herself. We've seen this pattern before, and if you think Marlena is safe just because she's in a courtroom, oh, you sweet summer child. Kristen has done worse in public. Shock #2 Lexie Carver wakes up. The betrayal we never saw coming, host number 2. And I know I've been screaming about this, but it deserves its own category. Lexie Carver is waking up. For anyone who's watched Days for the last 20 years, this is massive. Lexie was a legacy character, Abe's wife, Theo's mother, a Carver through and through, even when she had DiMera blood. She died, we mourned her. Abe built a new life with Paulina. Theo grew up without a mom. Now she's alive. And Paulina knew this isn't just a resurrection story, it's a betrayal story. Abe and Theo are about to get the shock of their lives when they learn the truth. And let's be real, Paulina kept this secret to protect herself, not them. I love Paulina. Jacques Harry is everything. But as a fan, I have to call it out, she let Abe mourn a woman who wasn't dead. That is a level of deception that could end her marriage. And the question nobody's asking yet, who kept Lexie alive? Was it a DiMera plot? Is this connected to the lab shock we're hearing about? Because in Salem, nobody comes back from the dead without a sinister explanation. Shock #3, Sophia's twisted scheme explodes. Arrest and comeuppance host, number 3. And this one is pure satisfaction. Sophia thought she was so clever with that drug switch. She tried to ruin Holly's life, and for a while, it worked. But spoilers say Holly and Tate are finally going to confront her, and it ends with Sophia getting arrested. Now, here's the thing about Salem justice. It's never just about the crime. It's about the history. Sophia isn't some mastermind like Sammy Brady or Nicole Walker. She's an amateur who played a dangerous game, and when she goes down, she's going to take a lot of secrets with her. But I'm also watching the adoption story here, because Sophia is the one who's about to testify against Johnny and Chanel in the Trey custody case. Her credibility is about to go up in flames. If she's arrested for a felony, no judge is going to take her opinion seriously about who should raise her son. So ironically, her own scheme might be the thing that secures Trey staying with Johnny and Chanel. Karma, Salem. Karma Shock, #4 Shawn moves in with Jada, and Belle's jealousy ignites host number 4. And this one is messy in the best way. Shawn is finally healed from that leg injury, and Jada is going to ask him to move in with her. And he says yes. Now, on the surface, this seems like a healthy step forward. But let's talk about Belle. Belle has moved on, or so she keeps telling everyone. But the moment Shawn commits to Jada Belle's jealousy is going to explode. And the spoilers say she'll be lurking around, playing the jealous ex while Jada plays the doting nurse. Here's my take. Belle doesn't actually want Shawn back. She wants to know that she could have him back. She wants to be the one who moves on first. And now that Shawn is building a life with Jada, Belle's ego is bruised. But this isn't just a love triangle. This is about history. Shawn and Belle are a super couple. They've survived brainwashing. Perry, Philip, everything. You don't just erase that. So when Belle starts meddling, it's not going to be subtle. And I predict Jada is going to get caught in the crossfire. The question is, will Shawn see through Belle's manipulation, or will old feelings drag him back? Shock, #5, the lab shock. Johnny and Channel's future hangs in the balance. And finally, number 5, the one that's been teased but nobody's connecting the dots. Spoilers say there's a lab shock coming, and that Johnny and Chanel will receive important news that affects their family's future. At first glance, you'd think this is about the Trey adoption, but I think it's bigger than that. I think this lab shock is connected to Lexie's return. Think about it. Lexie was a doctor. She was involved in DiMera experiments. If she's been alive all this time, where was she? In some kind of medical facility. And what does that have to do with Johnny and Chanel? My theory, there's a biological revelation coming. Maybe something about Johnny's parentage or Chanel's ability to have children. Maybe the lab shock reveals that Trey isn't just Sophia's son. Maybe there's a DiMera connection we don't know about. Or, and this is my wild card, what if the lab shock is about Kristen? What if something in that hearing triggers a medical crisis for Rachel, and the truth comes out in a lab report? The spoilers say trouble at the adoption hearing, and Sophia gives reasons why Trey should go to another couple. But that lab shock is happening separately. It's going to hit Johnny and Chanel when they least expect it. Whatever it is, it's going to change the trajectory of their family. And in Salem, family secrets are always buried in a lab somewhere. So there you have it. 5 shocks that are going to rock Salem over the next 2 weeks. A Kristen meltdown that could turn deadly. Lexie Carver waking up from the dead.